Most humble administrator, like our revered leader, your wisdom has only become sharper with age. Emperor Wu Di now has need of your talents in the far western reaches of the Han Empire. There, on the southern edge of the lonely and forbidding Taklamakan Desert, he wishes to establish a trading village along the Silk Road. You can buy quantities of precious silk from such Chinese cities as Chang'an and Chengdu, and then pass it along to Kashgar for hefty profit. The land is harsh in the desert, and the rains unpredictable. Even the skies are dangerous, patrolled by hungry vultures. It will not be an easy task for your people to grow enough food from the barren turf. Crops of millet can be cultivated, and the arrows of hunters should be able to find targets, but you may still find it necessary to import some food for your citizens to thrive. Go now to the village of Loulan in the Taklamakan Desert, the land of no return, but strive not to let its ominous name come true.
G'day mates, welcome back to Emperor. So today we're going to be heading out into the Taklaman Desert to what's the place called? Loulan. Never heard of that city before. We're going to make a little town out Loulan. It does sound like they want us to do my little trick from a couple of dynasties ago, which is importing something and then selling it at a higher price. Although 5 trading partners, and I'm assuming we can get quite a bit of stuff that we can produce. Let's have a quick look what we've got here. Food, we have some food. We've got meat and millet and get my words wrapped around here. Millet and wheat, which is, oh shit, look at this map. There is virtually no farmland at all. This is an interesting looking map. I wonder if we can hunt. Yes, so we can hunt stuff. I wonder if it's going to be vultures that we hunt. Or, well, I think I saw a gazelle or something over here. Saiga antelopes. That's what we're going to be hunting. We're going to be hunting the antelope for food. So I'll probably want to have the city somewhere up here. And I'm not sure. We've got salt as well. Can we? Yeah, we can extract salt. So it's not going to be difficult getting the flavors. I think even meat might be overkill. We can probably just get along with wheat, millet, and salt as our 3 food types to keep the city going. We're not going to be having any nobles here, which means military is also going to be. We're going to have 1 fort, so hopefully we don't get invaded. Where are we? Out on partway to Kashgar on the trading thing. So we'll probably get attacked by the Zhongnu, I imagine, unless it's not a military mission at all. It could be just a trading mission. So it doesn't seem too difficult. What other resources? We've got clay, very limited clay. So yeah, really limited clay. That could be a problem. I can't get it down there, and I can't get it up there. So it looks like there's more antelope here. That's good. So it looks like clay is going to be competing for farmland space as well. So what can we grow? Can't grow hemp. We will have to irrigate, which is not going to be too bad. A few things to think about here. Actually, where does the irrigation go? It can go there, probably there. I don't think it can go on this thin little river. So there's only 2 locations for it, and that's probably the most obvious one right there. We can't get timber, so taxing people will be difficult unless we import timber. 14 grand. Anything else I need to think about? We can already... Oh, hang on. There we go. So they'll sell us jade and carved jade, and you will buy carved jade. So there's 24 carved jade that we can sell, and 24 jade that we can get sourced. So no problem there. Silk as well, I suppose we can do a little bit of that. I mean, there's no point not doing it if it makes us a tiny little bit of money, because these are going to have to be next to each other anyway. So we may as well give it a shot, have a little bit of silk stockpiled in to sell off. I think I'm going to set the city up and see how we go from here. Okay, to start with, we're going to go with 1 housing block. I've got 2 farms set up here, and I think that's going to keep us going for the time being. Let's get employees needed, that's fine. May as well quickly send off to the other people that will trade with us. Zhongnu, we'll see if we can trade with them. They might sell us something, or at least buy something. The Yin will try. Kogro is the people we were last time. Well, Loulan is the people we were last time. Open up with everybody else if we can get it, because we do need a number of trading partners. So hopefully we can get a couple of them to open up immediately, because I'm not sure where our cash is going to come from, and it looks like Nanyu won't trade with us at all. But you're open, and you're open now, and that is carved jade to begin with. So as soon as we get... let's actually put industry at the lowest priority for now, because I'm going to need to focus on... they seem to be coming from the south here, and these guys are going out here, so perhaps maybe that's the exit. I'm not sure where the exit could be, but think about this. When does millet grow? Grows in July, so we've got a little bit of time for that. And wheat harvests in July, so it's currently growing at the moment, so there's not going to be a lot of wheat growing here. I'm going to try to keep them balanced so that they're both on the fertile side, and millet the other bit there. So that should keep things going. Hopefully these fields will be irrigated, but I'm not sure exactly whether that'll work just yet. We'll figure that out. Okay, trade with Guangzhou has opened up, Loulan has rejected, Chengdu has opened up, Yin has rejected, Fuzhou has erected in the Xiongnu Empire, Jiaozhou is open, so a few of them have opened, that's really good. You will buy more carved jade, but nothing else is particularly useful, and we can already sell as much as we can produce, so kind of useful, I guess. They'll sell us rice, so we can get more food if we need to. They'll buy millet and wheat, so we can perhaps grow more stuff, but again, not a massive amount there. Who will sell silk? Some will sell silk as yet. Chang'an, I've already looked at them, so we will buy silk from them. Chengdu will buy salt, so maybe we can sell off the salt. That could be the way to do it here. And they'll sell us some wood and maybe some more silk. How much will they buy in terms of silk? 24. So put some Chengdu, some Chang'an silk together and sell it off to those guys. Yeah, there's a few things here. Everyone wants to buy weapons. Can we... No, we can't even produce weapons. There's no point finding iron. So my best bet at this point will just be to... I need a population of 1600, so I'll need to get clay and hemp. Actually, where can I get hemp from? I didn't think of that. Hemp. They produce hemp, so I can sell them some ceramics. Might be useful. I'm sure I just passed some of it before. Can't believe nobody sells hemp. There we go. They will sell hemp as well. Jiaozhou, as well as buying some. So we could probably throw down a couple of extra farms as our population begins to shoot up, and buy all the millets and wheat and whatnot that we need. But for the time being, once we get a bit of a surplus here, when our food starts to come in, I'm going to work on setting up a import-export for carved jade down here. Okay, Foreign Emissary is giving us a thing of hemp. I'm going to postpone that and I will turn this into my hemp storage. I think I'm only going to go to half hemp though, because we'll want ceramics and a few other things to go in there too. That's a herbalist store, so hygiene should be fine. I'm probably going to need to throw down some gardens as well to keep them all happy. It's not the best setup, and I haven't really gone to a huge amount of effort just yet, but we'll see how we go as things tick over. Now the food's about to come in. That'll allow me to throw down a food shop, and we're only going to feed them bland food for the time being. Yeah, I'll feed them bland food. We can move up to a higher level of food shortly. I'm considering throwing another housing block down, so I think I could actually do the housing block back here. So I'll put the jade down there. We've got, oh shit tons of unemployment. It's time to set that up right now. Okay, this is all nicely set up. Population milestone 500, and the population is increasing. So next up will be to import hemp from somebody. Neither of these guys will give me hemp, so I'm going to have to find, I forget who it was. I think it was Guangzhou. Nope, might have been Fuzhou. Somebody will sell me hemp. It's difficult to keep track of everything. I wish I could sort. So they need ceramics and they will sell me hemp. So Yin is probably going to be the people I open up next. Unless there's anybody else that I found. They will buy carved jade, a whole bunch of farming stuff, and sell me hemp. So Jiaozhou will be the next people that we throw down. Jiaozhou, I'll throw you... Doesn't matter where I put you. Not going to be... This is not the best place for these kinds of people. I'm going to put a roadblock just here though. I don't want you to go too far, so you can cover this area. What we're going to do is import a whole bunch of hemp. We're not going to export food and stuff just yet, but we are going to stockpile it because I want to have as much of it stockpiled as I can. We're going to do millet and you're going to do wheat. So we've got a bunch of that stockpiled up, and we could probably export it in bulk batches once we got all our food situation taken care of. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of silk import and export here. We're buying it for we're selling it. We're buying it for 225 and we're selling it for 250 at this point. Well, it's just a small amount of profit. I just want to see to make sure that Kashgar doesn't get really pissed off. If they're like the Western trade routes and they'll pay like a really high amount without changing their opinion, then I will continue to do what we're doing and I'll change the price. But if they do get pissed off a little bit, then I want to be careful and not completely alienate our main source of income here. So they will continue to do this carved jade thing. I know 3 of them can handle 12 jade in a year, so 6 of them should handle all 24 jade that they're selling us. Okay, price decrease for jade is really nice. We're having some small unemployment problems, but I think once we level up to the next bit here, we should be completely taken care of. Yeah, they need music in order to evolve. I can throw that down very easily. I'll throw you there. Again, not particularly harmoniously placed, but that will level these guys up. And what do they need to go further? Appetizing food. Now, appetizing food will probably involve salt, unless we can import rice or rice or game meat from these people could be an option. Although, again, we do need to have profit. I've got the 5 trading partners. I haven't yet done the yearly profit, although that will tick over very shortly, so we'll see how we go. I don't... Happy New Year. How much did we get? Nothing at all. So I actually spent money in construction and everything. So that's not really a concern just yet. We're still getting set up, and we are keeping afloat, so we didn't lose a huge amount. Over here, I've got the ceramics just under construction. I can actually get a surprisingly good number just here. So that'll let me get a few kilns in. Ah, fuck. I can get a couple in here harmoniously placed, but it's not going to be the best of places, so why bother? Anyway, I'll just I'll figure this out. Okay, for the time being, I've started to import rice here. Kashgar buys more silk, excellent. That's not really a concern just yet, but I should probably... for now, I'm not going to bother with it. Hang on, may as well. Let's just buy... No, we are buying all that we can in a year, so that's good for now. Does anybody else sell me silk? I could probably consider trading more through Kashgar. They're not being pissed off just yet. They're not very happy. Maybe we can send them a gift of millet. Send them a large gift of millet. See if that will keep them on side. Anybody else will sell me silk? No, they seem to need it. They won't sell me silk. You will sell me silk. Chengdu. And also buy wheat and salt. Chengdu. Where can I put Chengdu? For now, I'm going to put them just over here, although I may want to connect this up later. Because that is pretty good. We're going to start buying in as much silk as we can and selling it off as per normal. Now, I've got... These are not reasons... Some of them are harmoniously placed, but the point of it having here is that so it's trying to mitigate this huge distance they've got. That's probably still too far. I'm going to have another warehouse down here to get it. I'm actually going to have these guys get ceramics up to 16. But it's sort of a halfway point. We can start to cut down the distance that we're traveling here. Okay, the Zhongyu now are a hell of a lot happier now that they've got that big pile of millet. Hopefully that will keep things looking a little bit better. And we've leveled people up as far as they will go. They do require an acrobat to go further. What do you want? Gift of weapons? I do want that. I'm just going to postpone it for a second. And I'll extend this one a little bit further. Throw another little sneaky warehouse here, which will accept weapons for the time being. That's really nice. It's not going to be enough to get everything done, but I can... This is not my most beautiful looking city, but I'm concerned that there's a bit of pressure going on here that I'm not quite fully aware of yet. I think there's going to be some invasion. That's what I'm really worried about at the moment. So I want to get this fort down as quickly as possible. I'll throw you in a Come on, rotate. Oh, I had it for a second. I'll just put it down. Put it down here, I think. Okay, we are now making profit. We made 466 profit last year. Our population is increasing. I may need another housing block because this one looks like it's all maxed up. How much housing do we have? Yeah, we are limited. So I'm going to need a slightly larger housing block. It's not going to have to be massive, but it is going to have to be there. Question is, where do I put it? I need access to that, so I can probably do it up behind here. Okay, that's nicely set up. That will cover our population a little bit further. We might have a small amount of unemployment, but I think I can take care of that as required. Throw a food shop down, and we'll only probably feed you up to the plain food level, which means I will need hemp as well. We're not going to go as high as ceramics, because that would probably be overkill at this point. Need to make sure my gods are staying happy. We've got a couple of ceramics. And with that, I think we're basically in a sustainable area. All I need to do now is push onwards to victory. We are going to require more millet as well, so I'm thinking of possibly having a dedicated millet farm over here, because we seem to have a shit tons of wheat remaining, but only quite small amounts of millet. Although I suppose the millet is good timing. Dispatch that off there. We're completely out of millet, but what? Maybe I need to level that guy up. Let's see if we can throw some gardens around that, level that up, and get our housing sorted. Okay, economic decline at Chang'an. Looks like the Han are beginning to suffer a little bit. Industries, I don't know if it doesn't mean anything just yet, but it probably means that they're going to start decreasing what they will buy and sell in the coming future. Zhongnu Empire likes me a bit. Let's keep them happy. Yeah, you know, I've got a suspicion they're going to start demanding more millet and possibly silk as well. I think it would... Let's have a look. Profit's going up reasonably well so far this year. I may not make it. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. And if we don't make it, I'm going to buy a shit ton of silk and just keep that in storage. In fact, I think I'm going to do that anyway. What we're going to do is have silk. And you are going to stop selling silk for the time being. I can sell it in bulk later, because I can up to 36. Chengdu sells more silk, excellent. So what we can do is have a whole bunch of silk in storage. Ooh, this could be about to eat into. Let's stop buying it. I think I've just destroyed my what's the word? I'm losing track of what I'm trying to think of here. I think I've just destroyed my income. But let's have a look. We obviously didn't make anything for that year because of all the silk we put in. What I can do though is stockpile that and sell off a whole bunch of it in one go, rather than this continuous trickle that we've been doing. So I'm going to just keep bringing in. Let's have a limit of no more than 4 in there at a time. We'll just trickle it in. Make it 8. Make it 8. Let's go be a rebel. We'll trickle it in and we'll stockpile this up, and then we'll sell it off in one big bulk, and that'll allow us to get a shit ton more cash if we don't go too far into debt. Okay, in an effort to bring our unemployment under control, I've thrown down another farm. This one's dedicated entirely to millet, and what we can start doing is exporting small portions of this at a time. Say, let's do 4 at a time, wheat and millet, because we've got so much wheat. And what that'll allow us to do is to just make a little bit of extra cash, because we've actually gone negative here, especially because there's been a price increase for silk, which is a little bit shit. It's still currently 225. 225 hasn't changed there. What I'm going to do though is put up the Kashgar price, see how high they'll go. They'll go quite high actually. Okay, so they go red there. So I think I've been underselling for quite a bit. I'm going to sell it for 380 for the time being, and we actually are going to export that. And we'll try. Actually, no, I'm going to hold on to that for a little bit longer, and we'll export it all in bulk at the end of this year. I'm going to stop buying you there, hold this warehouse full, and then sell it all in one massive go. Hopefully our cash doesn't shoot down too far. They will also bring in wood. So what I'm going to do is have a little wood collector dude and a wood warehouse. You're going to get the wood. I know I'm importing a lot of things here. If I can find wood, right there. You're going to get the wood. Let's just get up to 12.8 for now. And that'll allow me to start taxing my people a little bit and bringing in a bit more cash that way. Okay, the Xiongnu Empire has demanded 8 bolts of silk. We've got that on hand, which I'm currently in the process of selling off because we're in the new year. I can dispatch that off, but it is cutting into our income a little bit. So we're going to keep importing silk now and selling off as much as we can. You go up to 8 and we'll sell off big bunches of it per year. Hopefully we can get this all done. I'm actually going to stop importing. I'm juggling this a little bit back and forth here. But I really do need to, thank you, I do need to get that profit up. And I think silk and ceramics will be the way to do that. Question now is who buys ceramics? It's you. Ooh, who buys ceramics? Okay, Yin will like them. I'll give them a medium gift here. That'll get Yin on the side, and I can put their trading post up here and start exporting all these ceramics for a little bit of extra cash. Okay, trade with Yin has opened up. This, I think, will be what we require to actually go over and make our final bit of profit here. You will fit there quite nicely, and we will export all ceramics. Only 12 per year, and it's not a massive price, but that is probably going to essentially make this whole operation over here profitable. Yep, that'll make this operation here profitable and pay for the leveling up process we needed to do for our houses.
Despite many painful hardships, the beautiful oasis town of Loulan now thrives in the perilous Taklamakan. Over the years, it has become a popular watering hole for the countless trade caravans negotiating the dangerous trails of the Silk Road. But how long will the sands of the Taklamakan endure such a bold intrusion?
And there you go, guys. Really quite unexpected as the month ticked over to the new year, which is the end of January in this game. So February is the new Chinese year. As we headed into February, we've made nearly 12,000 in profit. In fact, if I hadn't spent money setting up and building, we would have been over 12,000. So all that silk purchasing and selling actually did pay off in the end. We made nearly 100 profit off each one, I think, as well as all the jade and everything else in between, not to mention the wheat and the millet. So reasonably easy, all things considered. Fun little trading mission. I do quite enjoy these ones because they offer up some novel challenges rather than the typical build a big city, have nobles, and build a monument. But anyway, that's the end of this episode. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you do indeed enjoy my Emperor content. And as always, guys, take care, and I'll see you next time.